What's up YouTube, Element here, back again for another trailer breakdown. This time we're diving into the Rebels Season 4 trailer, which will be Rebels' last season. We all knew this was going to happen as we got closer and closer to the main timeline, which connects to Rogue One and A New Hope. There's a lot in this trailer I want to discuss, but I wanted to first touch on something that was hinted at during Star Wars Celebration. The producers have finally confirmed two things. Rex has officially been canonized as this grumpy old man from Return of the Jedi. We now have nods to the Rebels and Clone Wars series in the main canon. First, it was General Syndulla getting a shout out in the Yavin 4 base, and Chopper rolling around in the background scene here. Then it was Saw Gerrera from Clone Wars appearing in Rogue One and then back in Rebels, and now it is the old man Rex being part of the final assault on Endor. They also confirmed the return of Ahsoka Tano, which I'm super pumped for. Now, I want to go into brief detail about what this could possibly mean for the current trilogy and perhaps the possibility of my theories being correct on all fronts. But first, the trailer.
It was a simple story about a boy who was lost and a girl who was broken. They fought alongside a survivor, a war veteran, and a fallen knight. I led them into battle against an evil so terrible, it tried to black out the stars. We fought for each other. We fought for those who could not. But we never imagined it would end like this.
Right off the bat, I'd like to point out we've got fucking giant wolves in Star Wars now. How fucking cool is that? Also, Ezra and Sabine riding together on their honeymoon getaway car. I don't want to make too many wrong guesses here, but this shot is very reminiscent of the Falcon flying into Takodana in The Force Awakens. Is this Takodana? What is this place?
This is a time of difficult choices.
This scene alludes to something very important. It says a lot about the upcoming season and how much Ezra and Sabine are going to eventually be paired together, and quite frankly be together in the final stretch of the series. The trailer is already off to a great start in which they've seemingly paired people off. Kanan with Hera, Zeb with Kallus, Ezra with Sabine. And I love me some Ezra and Sabine.
Sometimes impossible ones.
We get another look at Saw Gerrera, possibly the last coherent moment of his life. With everything on pace to catch up to the events in Rogue One and all, it seems like this will be the last moment we get to see him where he's not a crazy lunatic. We get a glimpse of the new character, Rook, the personal bodyguard of Thrawn, who will be voiced by the very talented Warwick Davis.
As long as we're together, we've got a chance.
At least we'll go down fighting.
All paths are coming together now.
It's time to get to work.
Agent Kallus all did up with rebel sundries and clothing.
We are the balance, Ezra. We were meant to be Jedi so we could be here now, when Lothal needs us most.
And for those of you who are on my side when it comes to Sabine's origins, that's Bo-Katan Kryze holding the Darksaber. We may yet get a startling reveal in Season 4. Who knows? The question is, why is she here now?
May the Force be with you.
Okay, so I want to touch on what Kanan says at the tail end of that trailer. This is the connection to the current trilogy. We are the balance, Ezra, Kanan says. We were meant to be Jedi, so we could be here now, when Lothal needs us most. If you remember, not too long ago I did an analysis of the name of the movie The Last Jedi, and I had theorized that this would mark the end of the current Jedi as we know it. If you also saw my previous trailer breakdown of The Last Jedi's teaser trailer, we also got hints at the fall of the Jedi. Now, Kanan hints at being the balance, fresh off the heels of being Bendu's apprentice for a brief period of time. With the confirmed return of Ahsoka Tano and the hints of where she's been, or where she's going, it's safe to assume that she will play a pivotal part in the upcoming trilogy and quite frankly be the arbiter of this newfangled balance. I'll refer to this in its EU form, Grey Jedi. We know that Ahsoka Tano refused to rejoin the Jedi Order, but since her appearance in Rebels, we also know she has been keeping up with her training, with her lightsabers and Force powers. She's also wearing gray. You get where I'm going with this? Ahsoka Tano is a Grey Jedi, or the Balance. Where Kanan and Ezra are going with what he's saying leads me to believe that they too are also on a similar path. Considering the Jedi Order no longer exists, they can live outside the bounds of the code and improvise where they can. Kanan says they were meant to be Jedi so that they could be where they are now, the Balance. In the case for Ahsoka Tano, she was meant to be a Jedi, and in her time away from the Order, it brought her to where she is now. Now, in connection with The Last Jedi, I'm theorizing that quite possibly Ahsoka Tano will make an appearance in the movie as another Grey Jedi that Luke communes with, along with Kanan, hopefully. As I pointed out in my analysis, it could very well turn out that The Last Jedi as a collective title refers to Luke, Ahsoka, Kanan, and Rey, which in turn results in the new ideology of the Grey Jedi, or Bendu/Balance. But where does Ezra fit in all of this? I'm still a firm believer that he does, in fact, become Starkiller and falls to the dark side. We know now that this is the final season of Rebels, and so the fate of the crew is yet to be decided, but decided it must be. We know from Rogue One, Hera goes on to become General Syndulla, and Chopper goes on to become a background astromech on Yavin 4. But what of the others? With the Mandalorians looking all united in this war against the Empire led by Sabine, it could very well turn out that she's cut down by Thrawn, and this sends Ezra into a downward spiral towards the dark side. The implications were already there when he opened the Sith holocron and became, for all intents and purposes, Maul's apprentice for a time being. But what do you guys think? Do you believe any of this? Do you have your own theories as to what happens to the Rebels crew and Ahsoka Tano? Do you think The Last Jedi means they will assume a new form of Force user? Leave it all in the comments below, and as Hera just said, may the Force be with you.